Well, you're the host.
Oh, that's true.
You
I am the
roll.
host. Okay.
Oh, you psycho.
I
I
know.
know.
Absolutely not. Like that deserves jail time. Like pancakes or French toast with peanut butter and bacon.
That sounds
Yes.
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down. I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine. Brighter than all of the lights. 'Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the StellaR podcast. I'm your host, Stella Atwood. This is mom producer Meredith Atwood, and on today's episode, we have the Dani Speegle. Yay! Round of applause. Welcome.
Yay. Thank you.
So exciting.
Gosh. So exciting. I do want to read something that you posted on your Instagram to kind of kick this off and get us in the theme that we're kind of heading down. You wrote, growing up, I didn't see anyone that looked like me. I didn't see anyone in TV shows or movies. I didn't see anyone on the cover of the trendy magazines. I didn't see someone who looked like me in any medium that would mean something to a young girl. Nothing that would inspire and motivate a young girl to want to grow up and be strong. We need more strong women to display that muscles and strength can be sexy and feminine. Amen.
Amen.
I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that means like a lot to me, especially being a teenage girl in this age, going to high school where it's not normal to be strong. It's not normal to be stronger than the boys at school. You don't want to bring their egos down. You don't want to intimidate them. So, like you writing those words in an Instagram post makes me feel good, and I'm sure it makes like a lot of other girls feel good to know that it's okay to be strong. It's more than okay. It's great to be strong, and you can do that while feeling sexy and feminine at the same time. So those words mean a lot to me.
I love to hear that. I remember, being in high school and like you said, it's like kind of weird because at that time I was much stronger than all the boys. Like there was no competition in reality. But there were, of course, like comments and things that were intended to hurt, but there were even things where someone would just say like, wow, like you just have like really big legs, not trying to be like cruel or hurtful, but that word big, sticks with you when you're that age. And so it's just one of those things where, whether it's coming from like a malicious point or not, like a lot of females, young females just get into this mindset that their bodies aren't incredible. And I just remember just, being young, like your age, 15, 16, just almost hating my body at that point, even though it was doing incredible things. And while I was doing those incredible things, I was like, yeah, this is cool. But then I would have to like put on jeans to go to school. And it was immediate, like, oh, this sucks. And so that's just, yeah, those words will always, I'm glad they resonate with you because they'll always resonate with me because I just hate that I grew up in a time when there wasn't a lot of, strong women that were being like projected. There were still female athletes like in the Olympics and everything, but they weren't mainstream media, not like today. So it's cool to hear that it still resonates with people.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Stella coming home. I don't know what grade it was, sixth or seventh. And same with her. I mean, she's got some legs on her. And she said, someone said my legs were big. And it was like, the comment, like, first of all, just commenting on random people's bodies is just so offensive in general.
Yeah.
But teenagers don't know. And like, Stella, how did that impact you, or did it? I mean, I'm sure it did, but how did it?
So in seventh grade, it didn't really impact me because I was like, these guys are just jealous that I can lift more than them.
There we go.
But like back in fourth grade when I first started, people would make comments on my body all the time. Like I did gymnastics for, I don't know, a month, and I wore a leotard, and the girls were like, you're too big to wear a leotard. And I was like, I don't like the word big. I think people should just use muscular. They should use strong. Like, I don't know. It didn't really affect me in middle school, but it affected me in elementary school.
Yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. I'm not sad to be out of that for
Right.
sure. It's so funny. People will ask like so many times like the fun question of like if you could go back in time to like a certain point and then start your life over so you could like make new choices. And like they're always like, yeah, like what if you could just go back to like when you were 5 but still have the same like knowledge and everything now and then continue your life. I'm always like, oh my God, no, I am not going through middle school and high school again. Like absolutely
Same.
not. I'll keep my choices.
Same.
Girls
Me
will always
either.
be mean.
Girls
So,
will always
no.
be mean, even if you know better. I think it would be
Yeah.
worse. I think it would be worse going back and knowing what they're
Oh, yeah.
capable of.
Yeah, because you know it's coming and you're like, oh boy, here we go. I
Like,
still to this day, like, you know, high school and middle school, like a group of middle school and high school girls still give me anxiety.
so
Like if I'm
scary.
going to a movie, yeah, if I'm going to a movie or something like by myself, or if I'm going into like, even if it's something as innocent as just like going into Chipotle, I will wait until that group of girls are gone. I'll wait in my car. I'll wait the 30 minutes. Like I'm not walking in there. I still have like trauma. It's so
Same.
funny. I'll never get over it ever. I just
Same.
won't.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Like I had to go to the track last week, or it was this week, and the football boys were there. And like, I do not want to see people from my school during the summer. Like I have to see you through like the whole school year, but I don't want to see you during the summer. So I went there and I was like, I can't run here. I don't want to be around these people, but I'm going to conquer that fear next week when I go
I
to
know.
track.
I
I'm
told
going
her,
to
I
run.
said,
next week.
I'm going to do it next week.
that's what I told her. I said, you have to go ask the coach. I was like, first of all, you have to ask the coach if you can run, like, because it is like closed. And she was just like, no, we're going to the park.
Like, I don't want to do this.
I'm like, I get it, but you know, we
I'll
do
run
need
on the
track.
highway.
Run on
Yeah, I get that. I definitely get that.
Gosh.
They give me so much anxiety.
Yeah.
What does the brand Girls Who Eat mean to you, and where did it all start?
So there's been a pretty big evolution with that whole thing. So when it first started, it was simply, you know, I was overcoming my own issues with eating for fueling my body and being strong and not eating to be skinny. And so it really started as, you know, if you're going to be strong, you got to eat. You got to like pack on the protein. You got to do all these things if you want to get muscular. So it started off pretty like basic and surface level. But as it's, you know, started to pick up and I've started to evolve the brand, it's really become more of just obviously like a women's empowerment thing, but society and so many of these like social, just unfortunate norms keep women in this little box where they're so concerned about what people are going to say or think about their bodies that it, like we were just talking about, like I have anxiety about going into a restaurant because there's like a group of girls, and it's because I have that like trauma response of like they're going to judge how I look. And we waste so much energy concerning ourselves with things like that we don't put that energy towards creating amazing things or doing amazing things. And women are incredible specimens and we can do and achieve so much, but we are so concerned with body image, and it's hard not to be. It's like that's all people want to talk about. Like whenever there's like, you know, things going on in the media with women, a lot of it has to do with if they're on Ozempic or not, if they have gained or lost weight, if they are shedding their baby weight, if they're, you know, doing like X, Y, and Z.
Or aging appropriately.
Or
like
aging,
that's
or
the
just,
thing.
you know,
Yeah.
like all of these things where it's just like, you know, we can't talk about the accomplishments of women. And even like headlines will be like, so and so's wife does this. And it's like, okay, no, like 4-time Olympic medalist, you know, and we just, even the way that like headlines describe women are just always concerned about like their body or who they're related to, like in terms of a man. It's not just like our own accomplishments. And so I think so much brain power goes into concerning ourselves with fighting those stigmas and just fighting the feelings that we get from that it takes away from us being able to do like all these incredible things. So whereas Girls Who Eat started on a very like surface level thing, I still am empowering women to eat and be strong, but it has become like this whole like overarching, like I want girls to eat in this world. Like I want them just to like soar and like go for it. So it's always like the same kind of thing, but it's definitely evolved like over the years.
And like when I see it, it's almost like it feels revolutionary, which is insane. Like insane that a phrase "girls who eat" is revolutionary, because like shouldn't we eat? You know, it's like wow.
Yeah, right.
But
what?
it is, and it's. I also see it as showing up and taking up space. Like, okay, we're not only going to eat, we're going to show up, we're here, we're doing what we do. And so I think it's very cool.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is like, girls who eat, like I don't want to just like have a seat at the table. Like I want to own the table. And so like that's like been another thing is like I just want women to go out and just do it. It's just so time. It is so time for women just to go do it. Men had their shot. They're not doing great. So it's our turn. It's like our turn. Big time, big time, big time. Having these words resonate with young women and realizing like that they are incredible, that their bodies are incredible, that their minds are incredible. And I just don't want so many of the next generation to go through years and years and years and years of like battling all of these things to where then they have to correct their own thoughts and their own thought process. So, growing up, I went through all of it, and then it took me years to kind of almost like break those habits. But we know we're joking about it, but there are still things that happened to me early in life that I still struggle with now. And if I can just eliminate, just a little bit of that, and so women can just not be so concerned with things that are just so superficial, like I'm doing my job. So I want all of this just to resonate with women in a way that's like so impactful that they can brush off all of the, of like, life in mainstream media. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that even, helping just one person, it would be worth it. So hoping that this is just impactful in a way that it just lets women, be women.
And I think also you're impacting young men, because also to change the whole, to change women and how we're treated and how we treat ourselves, it also goes hand in hand with raising boys the right way and how to treat women. And
yeah. No, I absolutely agree with that. And it's really nice when I hear and get comments or messages from, dads, brothers, boyfriends, husbands who are like, thank you for inspiring my, girlfriend, wife, sister, daughter, all this kind of stuff. It's really nice to see that it's impacting men and how they treat women. And it's really nice when I get a message of, someone being like, hey, like you changed my mindset of like how to talk to women. That's like that's a huge battle. Cause yes, obviously like we're coming into this whole like women supporting women era, and that's wonderful and everything. But a lot of the concerns and fears that women have are due to men. And so if we can change the way that men think, men treat women, talk to women, talk about women, then like that's definitely a huge step. So unfortunately, that'll be the harder step. So as long as we can just get some confident women out there to spread the message even more, to like hold men accountable, that's like definitely like where we need to go, like the first step. But yeah, changing the minds of men is
hard.
That's a big task. But it's happening. So yeah, slowly but surely.
Okay. The most important question I have is
all right.
Cats or dogs?
Oh, you can't. I literally have two of each. Like, that's tough.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's
you can say both. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, both, but so I think it's funny. Dogs are more like children. Like they require like a lot. Cats are like just like these like little mythical creatures that run around your house, and you just like everything's like on their terms, like for sure. So it's like dogs for companionship, but like cats for like pure entertainment, I think. Like my life would be dull if my cats weren't like around here terrorizing me. I can't pick a favorite, but I will say that they definitely play different roles for sure.
Cats are so bossy and sassy. Like especially like girl cats. I don't know what's going inside their brain, but I feel like my cat's on a mission all the time. Like she's trying to cure world hunger or something.
Cat who eats. Cat who eats.
Cat who eats. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, cats, every like 5:30 a.m. every day. I'm like, breakfast is at 8 a.m. Like stop. Like I'm sleeping. Yeah, I grew up with animals like my whole life, and I kind of learned the rule that it's like boy cats, girl dogs. And so I've stuck with that, and it's been pretty successful for me. Girl cats do just have like this attitude. I'm just like not about it.
We did not know this until it was too late.
Yeah. And you're just like, whoa, okay, mistakes were made, it's fine. And then cats live to be like 54 years old, and you're like, sweet. Like, it is what it is.
It's better
Life
than
goes
a bird though. Like parrots live for like ever.
100 years. Yeah.
You have to like
It's
leave
kind of
them in your
crazy.
will to someone.
Yeah. Or like a tortoise. Can
Yeah.
you imagine that?
Yes.
Like, you just, great grandpa left you a tortoise, and it's just like alive for 1,000 years. And you're like, I don't even know what to do. It's just in the backyard.
Here's your tortoise.
Oh
I
my
Yeah.
left it.
Yeah. Thanks,
He's
dude.
120 years old.
Yeah, it'll only live for another 500 years.
Yeah.
Sweet.
He only eats baby food.
Yeah. You must feed it yourself every day, slowly.
Hand fed.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 So I do have a food question. What
Love
is your
that.
snack of choice during a long training day?
Ooh, okay. During a long training day, it's usually just some kind of like gummy candy just to get some like quick carbs to have like extra energy. It's right now, I mean, Sour Patch Kids are always up there. The little nerd clusters,
Ooh.
love those. So, or like a good gummy, like I just love a gummy worm. Love gummy worms. So there's that. But I would say like like in non-training days, like I really do turn, like I love to snack on like carrots and fruits and stuff. Big beef jerky and like a cracker or like little cheese wheels on non-training days. But like during a training session, you just need something like quick. It's like BCAs and like gummy bears. It is what it is.
Have you seen the Sour Patch Kids? They're like just the heads. Have
Yeah.
you seen those?
Yeah.
Those are so messed up.
Yeah. It's they taste great, but yeah, it's a little odd,
I had like a family size bag at this CrossFit camp I was at, and I would just hand them out to everybody. I'm like, you want some heads? Here, take some.
Yeah.
I also have the full bodies too, if you want them.
Yeah. Just depending on what body part you want to
Whatever.
just for yourself.
What is the title of those? Is it like Sour Patch
Bites.
Beheaded? Oh,
I think
bites.
they call them bites. It'd be a little weird if they were just like heads. But
Yeah,
yeah.
not very kid friendly.
Sour Patch guillotines.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Medieval
Great.
Sour Patch.
Medieval Sour Patch. Game of Thrones Sour Patch.
Yes.
I'm a first-time games athlete this season. I'm a little terrified, but what advice do you have for me and other teenagers or other people who are going to the games?
Okay, well, first off, congrats. It's really incredible. You should be so proud and so excited. So I would say, so really, when it comes down to this, I know that so many people, when they ask this question, they want like some kind of secret sauce on, how to perform well or how to fuel or, just all of these things or like how to get into like a good mindset. But really, my biggest advice is you need to take a second during every single event. Like when you walk out, like you just take a look and like look at the field, look at the crowd, and just try to commit just something to memory, whether it's the noise you hear or like something that you see or the way you're just like your body felt in that moment, because it goes by so fast. All of a sudden you're terrified in the corral for your first event, and then all of a sudden you're like driving home after the weekend is done, and it just goes by so fast. And I remember just not taking the moment during my first CrossFit games. And while I have photos, like I know I was there, I really it was just a blur. Like I really can't remember a lot of details from my first CrossFit games. And it's kind of a bummer because I can't even I can't remember walking out on some events. I can't remember how I was feeling. I can't remember how the event went. I can barely remember events. And it's just one of those things where it's going to go by so fast, and you're going to wish that you had better memories. And
Interesting.
you thought you're so young, so you have several more years to compete, and just don't let it go by. You're going to it is what it is. You're going to be nervous. You're going to hit that first corral and your heart rate's going to be high. You're going to feel a little queasy. Your hands might be shaking. But as soon as you walk out onto the field of play, just take a moment to just be in it. You went to you're at the CrossFit games. So many people will fight for years and not make it and not be able to do what you're about to do. So like remember the experience. Because that's what life is about, really. Like at the end of the day, you and other people will kind of get over like how placement wise, things went. Like CrossFit will come and go, but like the experience of it is something that like you could forever hang on to. So just remember it, because whether you place poorly or really really well, it doesn't really mean anything at the end of the day if you don't actually remember the experience and you just have like photos to remind you how it was. So take a moment.
That's amazing advice, actually.
Yeah,
amazing.
I think that's better than any other advice people could give you on like mentality or what to eat. That was me with like, we went to go see Taylor Swift concert last year, and the first time I went, yeah, we're Swifties. It's okay if you don't like her. I don't judge.
No, I'm definitely, I love Taylor. You can't not. A powerful female, we love it.
Yes.
Anyways, we went to see her, and I was so excited that I just like straight up don't really remember much from it. I was like bawling my eyes out and screaming that I can't remember anything. But I have my photos and I have the videos, so.
Yeah, and you're like, I was there, I think.
I think, yeah. It's true though, like to take that feeling, especially like now that, I'm almost 45. So, I've got all the old lady wisdom, but it is true, like to take those moments in your young years and really bottle them, because they do go fast and it's hard to remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you go, Stella. Bottle it up.
Okay.
Bottle it up.
All right. So when you are not training in the gym, how do you spend your free time?
Reading mostly. I really do love to sit down with a good book, whether it be, outside or just like, in bed with the dogs or something like that. So reading is probably like, I would say, the biggest hobby that I have. Otherwise, like if I'm outside like playing around, like I love to go do like pickleball, volleyball. Like I just like to stay active. But if it's something that we're talking about, like a hobby where it requires some stillness, it's definitely reading.
What is a book that you would recommend to like everybody if they asked you, hey, Dani, like what's a book that you think I should read? What would you say?
So there are a couple, because I actually think that emotional intelligence is something that we gain from reading. But I would say actually I think I have it like right here. One of my friends wrote it. Her name is Heidi Barker. Yeah, actually I have it right here. Hang on. I actually love that I have this. So this is a book that I've read like several times. It's called Wildly You by Heidi Barker, if you guys want to like take a look at it.
Nice.
It's like looking kind of funny because it's like her old school like swim uniform. But it is something that I think is really important, especially for women, because it's all about just like acceptance of yourself and like your own power, and like realizing all the things that you've gone through, like have created this wonderful person, and just being confident in your own abilities. And so I think it's like one of the most important reads, especially for women, young women. It's something that I tell everyone about, and I try to get everyone to read. So I would say that is probably like my number one. And then number two is read whatever brings you pleasure. I think so many people get caught up in like, oh, I need to read this because, it's a classic, or I need to read this because people say I need to read it, or I need to read this because I'm going to gain some kind of like XYZ knowledge from it. And I honestly think that reading should just be something that brings pleasure. And like so many people don't like reading because they were forced to read books that they just didn't connect with or enjoy younger in life. And like, yeah, sure, there's like some classics that I think everyone should read. Like everyone should probably read To Kill a Mockingbird, but I do think that if you're going to sit down, like if you don't like a book, just put it away. Like, yeah, you should just enjoy what you're reading. So yeah,
I have this really bad habit of thinking I should read the Pulitzer Prize winners. Like, I'm like, yeah, I should read this. And then I buy it and I'm like, I cannot read this. I totally recognize this is brilliant writing, but I cannot do another word. Goodbye.
You know, I used to be that way as well, where I would like read all of these things that just like brought me pleasure. And then I would have like, 10 to 15 books every single year where I was like, I have to make it through these because, the New York Times told me I should, or the Pulitzer Prize, So I went through all of that. And then I just had like this like realization one day where it's like, I can understand that, you know, the physics behind like a science thing, or like just these dense medical journals are incredible. They are telling us incredible things, but it doesn't mean that like I want to learn about like heart surgery. Like I just don't have the brain. I just don't want to learn about it, but it's still an incredible thing. But if it doesn't resonate with you, it just does not resonate with you. So like why just sit there and like waste your time? Because then eventually you're just gonna hate reading. It becomes a
Right.
chore. And I just feel like reading just shouldn't be. Like you wouldn't just sit there and like watch a movie you hate. You might let it play, but you'll be scrolling on your phone. But
Right.
it's like the same with reading. Like if you hate the book, just like walk away from it.
Yeah, I've banished a lot of books to my bookshelf. It's the bottom shelf.
Yeah. They just don't deserve a spot. It's fine.
Yeah, they just collect
They
dust.
deserve a spot on somebody else's shelf. It's fine.
Yeah, just not my romance-filled bookshelf.
Oh, girl, I get it. I get it. This is it's like 1/20th of my collection. So
Yeah,
everyone loves a
they're
good
just so
romance.
good. They're just so good.
It's just so good.
Yeah. So, Dani, what is most important to you? So, like, what do you want your legacy to be, and what do you want to leave behind?
She's not
Like, for
dying.
people to see. You're not
Yeah.
dying, just like
Oh.
I would hope you don't.
Your
Um,
life's purpose, just a small topic. What is it?
It just a little one. I kind of just would like to leave just an impact of I left it a little bit better than I came into the world. So whether it be, women's empowerment or, anything like that, or just I hope some people can also look at my life and be like, wow, like she knows how to play. Like she knows how to have fun and just like actually like live a life instead of just, walking through in this monotonous, day-to-day thing. Um, so whether it's just anything is like if I can just leave the world impacting, at least just one person in like a positive way, like that's all I want. Just leaving it a little bit better than it started.
I love that. You're so cool. This is so fun.
Oh, thanks.
I'm just fangirling for a second. Um, so I have another fun question because we're just kind of chilling here. If you had to choose between leggings and shorts, which would you train in forever?
Probably shorts. I hate being like hot. Like I don't like being cold. Like I hate being cold. But when I'm working out, when you're just grinding through a workout and you're like dripping sweat and you just like it's just you get claustrophobic in like the leggings. Oh God, I hate that.
Swampy. Just swamp.
Yeah. Oh God. And then after a workout and you're just like laying there on the floor and you're like so hot and you're like, I would do anything to get out of these pants right now. But I'm in a very public position. I can't just like rip them off right now. So yeah, it's definitely shorts for sure. For sure.
And then you
Now that I
like,
lived in like a cold weather area, maybe my answer would be
yeah.
different. But for where I am right now, just shorts.
And then you get home from training session with your leggings and you take them off and it's just like, ugh.
Yeah, and it also takes like 40 minutes to get them off, and you're like, this is awesome. Like, sweet.
Dani, do you eject your shoes when you finish a hard workout? Like Stella hits the ground and her shoes get ejected off her feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, probably God, it's got to be like maybe 1 out of every 5 workouts. I'm like, they have to come off. Unfortunately, so my training camp, like we have this thing where like we get done with a workout and we have to go like take a lap around the gym to kind of, flush our legs out and everything. So sometimes I have the mental capacity to be like, don't take your shoes off because you have to go walk. But there are some where just like like a smooth brain. I have no thought besides like I have to get these shoes off. And I'll eject them and then like put on my slides or something to go do a little walk. But yeah, I am a shoe ejector for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Especially if it's like one where there's like a lot of jumping and my feet are on fire, like the arches of my feet, I'm like, I simply cannot stay in these shoes any
My
longer.
feet just get like so hot.
Oh, tell
Yeah.
Dani about what you bought.
Oh, okay. So when I go to bed, sometimes my feet are so hot that I can't go to sleep. And I won't put my feet like outside the comforter because what if like the demons under my bed get them? Anyways, that's not the point. My mom got me some like ice slippers. So you put them in the freezer and then when your feet are hot, you put them on your feet with like socks on and they cool my feet down immediately.
So there's socks that have like, is it like a little freeze pack in
It's
the,
like an actual like ice
Like
pack that you
slipper.
slide your
Yeah.
feet in.
Mm-hmm.
And
do
you
your
put them.
socks get wet?
Oh,
Like they stay dry?
yeah.
I'm gonna need that link.
Yeah,
I
we
want
It's
some
will.
freezer
amazing.
socks.
Freezer socks.
Great. It's
Because
Because
that is
every
great.
something
night
that
she
like,
was like, my feet are so hot. And I was like, surely someone else in the world. And yeah,
Yeah.
they have them on, the typical
Amazon.
places.
Yeah.
that's incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely look that up because I am someone who I have to sleep with covers on as well. Like I don't know how people just lay like
With
on
a
top of their
sheet.
bed
A
with
sheet.
That's so weird.
or just nothing. I like some people are like, yeah, it's hot. So I just like laid there. I'm like, okay, but you didn't want anything like on your body, like just nothing. So I'm someone who has to have like a sheet plus my comforter. Plus I've gotten really into like wearing pajamas to bed. And so I have layers. So I must take my AC down to like 65 while I also have a fan going. And even then, I'm like, oh, I'm a little hot. But I
Yeah.
don't want to put my feet out either. I put like one leg out sometimes, but it's like, upper thigh to like ankle. The foot is
Yeah.
still in the, but like my knee is out.
You
Yeah.
should
So
try
these
that,
freezer,
Stella. The
I
knee.
yeah,
should.
yeah, but the freezer socks, that is interesting. And I'm
Yeah.
probably going to order some.
It
Yes.
just
I'm
feels
very
really
excited.
uncomfortable, like sticking your feet out.
See,
They're
I'm
not
both
Yeah,
supposed
feet
to be
out.
out.
Like
Yeah.
I've got,
She's weird. I don't know why she does that.
like I'm
both
bundled
feet
with
just out.
both feet just like beep. Yeah. But I
Also, so
think
I
it's
told
from childhood. Like I have to always feel like I can escape. Like I'm ready to go.
ready to go. So I can't leave my feet out because like if I inadvertently like my toes wiggle, my cats. And
Oh.
so like I've learned that they will attack. It could be 2 a.m., 7 a.m. movement of the feet get the cats going. So like I've had to learn to like the feet I can't free the feet. So
Hilarious.
freezer socks. I'm gonna look those up.
So, can you talk to us about your experience winning the Titan Games?
Oh yeah. That was a really cool experience actually. They had reached out and just asked if I wanted to be on the show, and I was like, yeah, that seems like a cool thing to do. Um, but I think a lot of people probably romanticize it a lot more than like what it is. I think a lot of people see these TV shows and they're like, wow, it's just like go, 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 go. But it's very much a lot of just like sitting around and like waiting for like a 30-second interview or to like finally go and do like your task. So it was probably one of the most mentally challenging things I've done because of all the waiting I I had to do, but the actual experience was very, very cool. It was just it was like outside of anything that I had done, but it was like being a big kid on a playground, essentially. It was like I got to go play on the monkey bars again, but as an adult. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
And then you met The Rock, right?
Yes, I did get to meet Dwayne Johnson. Very
Is
cool dude.
he so he's as cool as he seems to be?
Yeah, probably even cooler in reality. He's just very like down to earth, very humble for someone who is so successful in so many different paths and has created all sorts of businesses you know uh, I think there you can't meet anyone in this world who doesn't know who he is. Like he is probably one of the most recognized people. Is still like stays incredibly like humble and kind. And so it's just really cool to meet people who have had such a big impact in the world and are incredibly busy and have a million things going on in their life, but still take the time to, just be kind and give time and space to other people.
Okay. I'll ask another food question and then we'll
Yes.
end it. What is the food combination that you love but other people find weird?
Banana, coffee, and peanut butter smoothies
Ooh.
Oh,
Together?
together. Yeah. I know. People are like, that's not gonna work, but it works and it's
yeah.
delicious.
I could see that.
Yeah. But a lot of people, and you know what? Actually, it's not my combination. I guess like Elvis Presley made this like pretty popular, but like pancakes or French toast with peanut butter and bacon.
That sounds good.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so good. But some people are like weird about it. But yeah, those are probably mine. I don't do a lot of like whole weird things, I guess. Like I know people like there are some people out there who do like pickles on a peanut butter sandwich, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like that deserves jail time. But yeah, so I think like those are probably like my weirdest ones. Do you guys have any?
Yeah, I like mac and cheese and ketchup.
Oh, see, hot take. I don't know if I can agree with that.
It's
But-
pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like
if it makes you happy.
popcorn flavored Jelly Bellies.
Oh, you psycho.
I
I
know.
know.
People are really
Oh.
passionate, like really passionate about this one.
Yeah, that's worse. That's worse than liking candy corn.
Oh, I like candy corn.
Oh, who are you? Like, oh my God. The popcorn flavored
Jelly
bean.
Bellies. I mean, I will
Disgusting.
get a bag of
Yeah.
just those from the candy store.
Oh, that's absolutely foul. But I'm so happy you're happy. Like that's I mean, honestly, more for you. You should just see it as that, as you just
Yeah.
get to enjoy more of them because
Right.
you're the only person on this planet that eats them.
It's so funny. Like at the candy store, there's, they have the pillars of candy, right? And there's always
Yeah.
plenty of the popcorn ones. Like
You know
plenty.
what? I bet they're all that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Even now it kind of makes me kind of like think
But
about
in all
putting them in
fairness,
my
I'm
mouth.
allergic to corn and I can't eat popcorn. So I think it's like my way
So
of
you're
like,
just dancing with danger. You're like, well, I'm just gonna do this instead.
I think that's what it is. It's like, it's the
Yeah. It's like an
closest I can
adrenaline
get.
rush for you, actually. It's not even the taste. You just like
Right.
living life on the edge. Got it. Okay, it checks out a little bit now.
Okay.
That is, that's kind of wild. That's something, I'm gonna tell people about that. I'm gonna ask the like
The
popular
Instagram
vote.
people do a poll.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
popular vote, like who would eat, because that's a wild one.
And then you're gonna
I've
be
heard
like
the mac and
block,
cheese and
block,
ketchup before.
block,
Yeah,
block.
I've heard mac and cheese and ketchup. Like that one doesn't like, really surprise me. But this is the first time I've ever heard someone even remotely say that they could tolerate those. Like it's usually one of those things when you would get like, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. So I remember like when you get the Bertie Bott's ever flavored beans and you had like all these weird flavors. I remember that was the one I just didn't even want to mess with. I'm like, I don't want a popcorn flavored like jelly bean. Like I'll eat black pepper and whatever else is weird in this, but not the popcorn one. I'm
So you
also
look
just
at-
not a fan of popcorn, like movie popcorn makes me ill.
Yeah.
Kettle corn, fine.
See what
But-
you learned? Freezer socks and popcorn Jelly Bellies. You're so
Yeah.
welcome.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
I
the
mean,
podcast.
honestly, it's changed my life for sure.
Oh my gosh, Dani, thank you so much for this time. I know it meant a lot to Stella
Yeah,
and
it really
certainly
did.
will mean a lot to a lot of young girls. But I
It meant
have
a lot
one.
to me- It meant a lot to me as well. So seriously, no need to thank. I loved being on. I love meeting up and coming strong women and strong moms who have raised strong women. So this has been an absolute pleasure.
Well, thank you.
King of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch out, here I come. This is my time.